Okay, hello Aries, and welcome to Dawn Moon Tarot. This is your September 2022 general tarot card reading. Now, do keep in mind that not all of the messages will resonate with everyone, so be sure to watch readings for your other significant signs in your chart. If this reading does resonate with you, I appreciate you hitting that like and subscribe button. All right, so let's get started. For Aries, September 2022, please, Spirit. Let's give it some good messages. All right. Get one more shuffle, and then we will get started. Okay. What do we have for Aries? So, Aries, let's look at, first card out, let's look at your overall energy that you're entering the month of September in. Let's see what you're sitting in here. Let's get one card, Spirit, for Aries. One card for overall energy for September, please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what do we have here? We have the Magician. Ooh, very good, Aries. Okay, so the Magician indicates that you are in absolute control over your reality right now, okay? So the Magician is the master manifester of the tarot, okay? And he has all the tools he needs to make it work for him. Okay, he knows how to alchemize his emotions versus his finances and so on. Okay, so this is you having the expertise, the knowledge, the life experience, and the resources to make whatever you want to have happen. So very good energy, Aries. Okay, so let's take a peek at what the energy is that you need to leave behind in August. That is not going to serve you moving forward. Not that it's negative in any way, it's just that it's just not here to serve you anymore. Okay? Alright, so let's get one card. For energy to leave in August, walk away from, which is the Star card. Okay, so the Star card is generally very positive energy. This is about recovery and moving forward and having hope. So because it's in this position, yeah, I'm feeling like it's time for you to start taking action where you've done, you know, the work, you've kind of gotten over it, but it's like it's okay to trust yourself now. It's okay to start taking action towards your hopes and dreams, which makes perfect sense having the Magician card. It's like you have everything you need, so what are you waiting for, Aries? All right, so let's get another card. Let's see what you can replace this energy with. What energy do you need to embrace, Aries, for September? Okay. One card, please, Spirit, for Aries. Take the first one out, which is the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is telling you that it's time to release everything that has become a burden lately. Specifically, like additional responsibilities that you've taken on, that you volunteered to take on, right? It's, you know, like, sure, I'll do this for you, you know, maybe some extra stuff at work, some extra responsibilities and tasks at home, doing extra favors for friends, that sort of a thing. So what happens is it's fine at first because you're hopeful and you know how to do it, and it's probably faster if you do it anyway, Aries, but at this point it's just really time to kind of, you know, hand the torch off to somebody else and give everybody back their own responsibilities. Okay, it's like you've done your part. So now it's okay to tell somebody, you know what, I know that you're capable, I can't do this anymore because I have other things going on. Again, with the Magician, okay? You can't embrace the Magician when you have all this other baggage going on, okay? All right. Now let's see what your major challenge for September is going to be. What is the major speed bump that you are likely to run into? Okay. The King of Cups. Okay, so for some of you, this indicates somebody else, okay? So trying to find, so I feel like this is a disagreement with some of you, for some of you, with the King of Cups as a person. And the King of Cups as a personality for somebody else, this is going to be somebody who is like more of a humanitarian type personality, a male personality, strong male energy, somebody who is very emotionally mature and is able to give you really great love advice or emotional advice. It may not be something that you're comfortable with. Okay, and that's what I'm feeling for some of you, is that you're going to be given some really great advice, but it's not going to feel like it's in alignment with what your goals are. Okay, but that's okay, because I feel like whatever this advice is, that you really should be taking it. Okay, now for others of you, the King of Cups in the challenge position feels like you are not going to be in balance with yourself. You're going to be so fired up and probably just exhausted, where you're not going to be able to, I will say, meet people in the middle. Okay, you're not going to be able to meet people where they are emotionally. I feel like you're going to be going through a time of solitude and trying to figure it out, rather than being very open and involved with the people around you. What else am I seeing? Okay, but I feel like it's important for you to try to do that, Aries, to try to be involved with your family, to try to have some fun, to try to find some emotional balance here moving forward, because this is going to be very difficult. I won't lie to you. Getting rid of these extra responsibilities, because it can be like, it's because it's been a burden for so long, it's going to feel empty without this burden. Okay, and it could make you feel kind of topsy-turvy, kind of like, you know, like you're on shaky ground here. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Like it's going to be an emotional release, and you're not going to be comfortable with that. But I feel like it's really good for you. So when you're feeling like this, you're feeling like there's an emotional imbalance within yourself, it would be beneficial for you to just take some time by yourself, just to get yourself, your mental health in check, just to breathe for a moment, and then allow other people to come into your life to give you advice and to interact and that sort of a thing. Okay, all right, so let's move forward. Let's see what piece of advice for you to get over this. Yep, didn't I say it? So the Four of Swords is advice on how to overcome this challenge. Again, take some time for yourself. Allow yourself some time for recovery and repair. That's what the Four of Swords is about, is just taking a time out to kind of get your ducks in a row. Okay, to get your mental health in check. Maybe take, you know, a spa day, or do some self-care, whether it's going golfing or going swimming or going for a hike in the woods. You know, doing something that you love to do that is relaxing for you. Maybe even take like a mini vacation. Okay, all of that is good. All of that is very positive for you. And it's strongly encouraged that you do that. Okay, so just letting yourself even out again, let yourself become balanced before you start taking this action that you know that you need to do, and it's here for you. And being an Aries, taking action isn't a problem, right? But it's more about having that grounded feeling, you know, knowing that you're not making any foolhardy decisions and so on. So there's your advice right there. Make sure you take care of yourself first. Take care of you first, Aries. All right, so let's see how your month is going to be closing out. Should you take the advice? There goes my card on the floor. Hang on just a second, guys. Bear with me. Okay, so we've got the Three of Cups. Very good. So there you go. Three of Cups, rounding out September, is all about just hanging out and having fun and celebrating life with your people, with your tribe, with the people that you like to have fun with, right? So this is a very lighthearted energy, just celebrating things, going out, socializing, having fun, not taking it too seriously, which I feel like is more in your nature, is going to feel very natural for you this month. That's what you want. But first things first, releasing these extra burdens is an absolute must. Making sure that you're not too closed off and not afraid to dive into your emotions and just let yourself feel what you need to feel, which is why the Four of Swords is here. This is the opportunity to let yourself feel what you need to feel so that you can release it, get your game plan together, move on, and try to have some fun. All right, Aries? Alrighty, hello Taurus, and welcome to your September 2022 tarot card reading. This is Dawn Moon Tarot, and let's get started. Alright, so do keep in mind that these readings are general, so they will not resonate with everybody. So make sure to watch the videos for your other significant signs in your chart to get a more complete picture about what is going on in September. All right, And while I'm shuffling, I do appreciate you guys hitting that like and subscribe button. I appreciate each and every one of your views and likes and comments. I love all of it and appreciate all of it. All right, go. Okay, so first card out is your overall energy for what you're going to be entering September, in which is the Queen of Chalices. Very nice energy, very nice. So this is you are, embracing your feminine side. So the Queen of Chalices is a really beautiful card because she is, she's the queen of emotions and psychic abilities and empathy. Okay, so you're entering September from a place of compassion, okay, from a place of having a full heart and a full cup of emotions. Okay, so I see you trusting your intuition again, being very nurturing. So this is like, just having all of the love to give to your family and pouring in your heart to things that you're doing at work, even your interactions with the people around you, and of course your loved ones. Really, really beautiful sort of spiritual energy. That was my feeling here. Yes, I'm feeling almost a sensuality to it as well. Okay, just being very comfortable and just, very open to whatever is going to happen, and then trusting yourself to be able to adjust to whatever's going on. So really beautiful energy, Taurus. All right, so let's see what energy you really need to leave behind in August. Energy that you can't take with you in September. I really shouldn't, for your highest good. All right, let's get one card. Thank you. So energy to leave behind is the Knight of Chalices. Okay, so the Knight of Chalices as a general energy is, it's a card of action and love offers and dating and that sort of a thing. But I feel like because this is the card to leave, this is the energy to leave behind, it may be time to level up in the way you see things or your relationship in general. Okay, because you are the queen here. You have the emotional maturity. So I feel like it may be time to step up here. But let's see specifically what Spirit wants you to replace this Knight of Chalices energy with. Yeah, because the Knight of Chalices is really beautiful. It's like, wearing your heart on your sleeve for the first time and really being open to having talking about love and making plans and dating and just having fun and seeing the world through rose-colored glasses, right? Finally seeing all the beauty of the world. And, it feels like, a little bit of a carefree attitude as well. But it is very beautiful. All kinds of romance and love surrounding you right now. So let's see what you should be replacing this with in September, though. Aha. So Ace of Wands is the energy to replace it with. So this isn't so much about conversations of love. This is more about the fire behind it, okay? So for those of you who are just starting off dating, I feel like you may need to put some spark back into your relationship here, okay? Because the Ace of Wands is, yes, all the aces are about new beginnings, and this one is about a revitalization of fire and ambition and passion and drive, okay? And it's also about sexuality as well. So for those of you who are dating or your relationships have begun to lull a little bit, okay? So this is, getting back out there and putting the spice back into the relationship, okay? Now for those of you where this is not a love, this is not a relationship, you're not in a relationship right now, this is focusing on the thing that let's see, okay, so the scenario is when you wake up in the morning, what is it that you tell yourself you wish your life could be like, okay? And this is what Spirit is telling you to do, is start taking actions to make this happen. If you've been wanting to tap into your creative side, maybe starting art or starting maybe tarot card reading or starting, revisiting a hobby that you haven't indulged in a while, this is the time to do it right now, okay? All right, so let's see what your challenge is, though, for September, Taurus. Let's see what your big speed bump is. Okay, so the Three of Chalices is going to be your speed bump, okay? And the Three of Chalices is about going out and having fun. Okay, so this is you being unsure or not really having the energy to have that fun, okay? Because, pardon me. Because I feel like for some of you, you're just exhausted and you're not sure that you want to be around all these people and pretend like you're having a good time, right? Because you're feeling so emotionally drained here, okay? It's like asking yourself, what is there even to celebrate right now? Okay, because my emotional cup is drained. I see probably many of you in August, just you have no emotions left to give because something took a toll on you, right? Like somebody else's drama came into your life, or there's something had happened where you put so much love and energy into something, and now you feel like just so depleted where you just don't have the energy to maybe get off the couch or do the things that you love doing and interacting with the people around you. And you tried and then it just failed. Okay, so now it looks like it's important for you to focus on what is it that lights your fire for you, not for everybody else, not giving yourself to anybody else and doing what other people want you to do, but what is it that you need for you, Taurus? And then the challenge, right? The Three of Cups is, it's like, I don't even want to go out, but you're being encouraged to do that, to make sure that you don't cut people off. Make sure that you're not telling yourself the story like, well, I don't have anything to offer anyway. Life is terrible. This didn't work out for me, but it wasn't meant to. It's time for you to do this for you. Okay, so whether it's going out for you, when you go out and socialize, do what's fun, what you want to do, right? So don't be afraid to tell the people around you what you want to do versus what they want to do. You know what I mean? So if you're sick of going to the bar and you want to go to the movies, make sure you tell everybody, look, I don't want to do this. I want to do something else. I want to go play golf, or I want to go to the movies, like I said. So yeah, so the advice on how to overcome this challenge is the Moon card. Okay, so I feel like for you, the Moon card is telling you to trust yourself again. Okay, so this is allowing yourself to intuitively move through your decisions and move through the month rather than being, okay, sorry about that, Taurus. It looks like the camera went off. Okay, so I think we didn't go over the moon. So the Moon card is here as advice on how to overcome your challenge. And what I was saying is basically it's important to trust yourself again because you're already the Queen of Chalices. You're already a psychic person. You already have empathy. You've already allowed yourself to move through your decisions and move through life through your intuition. Okay? And it's okay to do that again. Okay, I feel like it's time to trust yourself rather than worrying about what's in, your peripheral vision. Worrying about the things that you can't see. Okay, what else? Yeah, and I feel like there's an element of patience here as well. You don't have to rush this. Yes. Yeah, so be patient and trust yourself. Okay. What else am I seeing? Somebody here needs to do a burning release for the moon phase. Let me take this card back and explain to you. Somebody needs to do a burning ritual during the next moon. So full moons are best for release rituals. So I feel like some of you need to do that. And it is specifically about this situation of feeling like something didn't work out. Whatever you've been pouring your energy into that didn't work out. The stress and the disappointment from that. So there's a million ways to do this. So you guys can look it up on YouTube or whatever to see what fits for you. But keep that in mind, doing a burning ritual to release. Okay? All right. So let's move on. Let's see how you are going to be rounding out the month of September, Taurus. Should you take the advice? Yep. All right. So we're looking at the Holly King at the end of the month. Okay, so yeah, this is you just kind of going, you know what, I need to go within and try to figure out who I am, right? Because that's what the Holly King is all about. Shutting out the outside world, the excess chatter, and you know, doing your rituals at night, and starting your spiritual journey, starting your new path, you know, because this is about trying to figure out who you are in the world, right? Because you've lost yourself along the way, right? Which is what the Knight of Chalices is saying, is that you've lost yourself along the way, and now you're questioning your spirituality and you're questioning your place in this world. Okay, so this is I feel like this is something new for you. And I do feel like it does feel like things are a little bit shaky for you. You're feeling very unstable, which is why the Holly King is coming in for you. So when you're feeling unstable, it's okay to shut the laptop off, shut your phone off, you know, retreat from social media for a while and just figure yourself out. Do some serious meditating, some intentional quiet. That's what I'm hearing. Intentional quiet to try to figure out what is next. Okay, where are you going? All right. And the nice thing with the Holly King is that the advice that you're seeking, the Holly King is telling you that it's already within you. All you need to do is quiet the world. Okay. So going back to the Three of Chalices, you know, this is about kind of getting outside of your comfort zone, but I feel like for you, it's important to just get out of your own head for a while and to let loose, and then come back into yourself and do some serious thinking. Okay, it's all for your highest good, though, Taurus. Nothing is here to scare you. I feel like this is very positive, right? But again, leaving behind in August that disappointment and all of that emotional energy, it's time to take it back and to reclaim it for yourself. Okay, and learn to trust yourself again. But ask yourself going forward, you know what? When I'm going forward, have I learned my lesson? Right? And making sure that you're not repeating that cycle. All right. So next time, making sure that you don't, you know, overpour yourself, and make sure that you're not exhausting yourself trying to make something work. Okay. All right, Taurus, those are your messages for September 2022. If this reading did resonate with you, I'm more than happy to book a reading with you to dive a little bit deeper. And the link to that is in the description below. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye. All right, hello Gemini, and welcome to Dawn Moon Tarot. This is your September 2022 general tarot card reading. Now do keep in mind that not all the messages will resonate with everybody, so check out the videos of the other placements in your chart to get a fuller picture of what is going on in September for you. Now, I do appreciate that while I'm shuffling, you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Yes, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Your comments, your likes, your subscribes, every single one means the world. So thank you for that. And let's get started. All right, so let's see what energy you're entering September with. Gemini. All right, one card for Gemini for September. Overall energy. Ta-da. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so September is going to be about reassessing your finances and reassessing maybe even like your schedule, right? So this is like having to redo things and figure out what's going to work for you this month. Okay, so this is like reevaluating maybe your eating habits, your workout schedule, your work, your school, or whatever the case may be, and making sure that, you know, everybody's on the same page and making sure that everything is very organized. Okay. For some of you also, this is about finances and, you know, looking at where you're spending your money, right? So like, what are your subscriptions and what are your, you know, your spending habits, and maybe considering investing with some of that extra money rather than buying, you know what I mean? So that is what the theme of September is going to be for you. All right. Also, for some of you, I'm seeing that you're considering starting a business and trying to make money doing that as well. So very good. All right, so let's see what energy you need to leave in August, Gemini. What can you not bring with you? No, that's two cards. I'm just going to take them back. But let's take a peek. So we had Strength in the Tower, so we'll see if they come back out. or if one of them does. So one card, please, for Gemini. Energy to leave in August that you cannot take with them in September. One card, Spirit. Yeah. Now, not that it's negative energy or anything, Gemini. It's just that, you know, it was necessary in August and is no longer necessary for September. Just looking for one card, please, Spirit, for Gemini. Okay, there we go. The Chariot. Okay. So the Chariot is the energy to leave behind. Well, the Chariot as a general energy is about success and moving forward and lots of, you know, fast changes and movement, okay? And the reason you're successful is because your head and your heart are speaking the same language, right? And it's like you're successful because you have deemed it so, right? Like Gemini says, I'm going to do this, and that is exactly what happens, and that you reach your goals because of that. Now, what happens with the Chariot, sometimes we can be distracted by other people's opinions, and we can be distracted by, you know, what other people are saying and all the outside, you know, peripheral chatter, so to speak. So what I'm feeling is maybe that chatter is starting to get to you and it's becoming a distraction. Why it might be time to take, you know, maybe slow down a little bit, you know, because the Chariot is fast. Once you get going, you're going. So that's what I'm feeling here, Gemini, is that it may be time to slow down a little bit and take a look around and see where, you know, where you've come, like how far you've come since the beginning of August, and maybe reevaluate and recalculate your game plan. But let's see specifically what you can step into, you know, what energy to take with you through this month after the Chariot. Okay. Let's get one card for Gemini, please, Spirit. One card. Okay, Five of Cups. And that's the one that popped up. That's the one we'll take. So Five of Cups is telling you that, yeah, you were successful, but then it's not quite what you expected, right? It's like, I'm feeling that phrase, be careful what you wish for, okay? Because sometimes, yes, things can turn out exactly the way you wished, but it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the way you thought it was going to feel. Or for some of you, I feel like you've hurt somebody's feelings, or you've, you know, maybe broken away from a relationship, and that wasn't quite, it's not quite what you felt. It wasn't what you thought it was going to be. It didn't feel as good, right? So what I'll say here, or any damage that happened along the way in August, the message here is to, I feel like, owning your responsibility of what happened, right? Because there's always two sides to the coin. And so this is you focusing on your side, you know what I mean? So this is asking yourself, okay, maybe I wasn't my best self. Maybe I didn't make the best choices. I know I wasn't the only one at fault here, but all I can do is forgive myself. Okay, so this is telling you to release yourself from the burden of this situation, because it's, you know, it's nothing but a drain to you, right? Because what happens here is you can become very depressed and, you know, miss out on new opportunities, and, you know what I mean, just focusing on guilt and shame or whatever the case may be. And you don't need to do that, Gemini. It's okay to go, you know what, lesson learned, I'm not going to do it again. I'll do things differently, whatever the case may be, but it's time to let yourself walk away, let yourself recover, and, you know, not try to make things the way they were before, because it's not going to happen. Okay, what's done is done, Gemini, and that's okay. And I know it's easier said than done, but it is very important for you at this time to just release yourself from the guilt and the disappointment. Okay. All right. So let's see, as if this wasn't enough of a challenge, let's see what your big challenge for September will be. All right, so the big challenge for September is the King of Swords. Now, since it is a court card, it can indicate, you know, fighting with somebody else, somebody who is an air sign, All right, but as a personality, this is somebody who is very like my way or the highway, right? This is tough love. Oh, well, you know, we're just going to get over it. But I feel like for most of you, this is really about you trying to protect yourself, you know, legally, right? Because that's what the King of Swords is about, legal matters as well. But it's about being very, very meticulous and, you know, trying to see where the end of the road is so that you can calculate and pre-plan and make sure that you don't trip up. You know, make sure all your T's are crossed, all your I's are dotted, you know, being very, very meticulous in your game plan. So this is going to be your challenge, is trying to get your game plan out, right? Trying to figure out, like, the logical path forward. So when you're in this challenge, it may be beneficial to you guys to find somebody who is an expert in this field, or an expert or somebody who's been there and done that before, to see how they've done it. Okay, so when you're finding yourself, you know, not able to focus and to plan and to get your stuff together, you know, while trying to move on and get your emotions in check, I would say seek the advice of somebody else. So, you know, whether it's a financial advisor or, you know, a lawyer or something like that, I would do that. Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's see specifically how you can overcome this challenge, though. How can you better plan? Okay. So Ace of Cups is the advice. Okay. So I feel like this is about trusting yourself again, okay? Because the Ace of Cups, all the aces are about new beginnings. And the Ace of Cups specifically is about love and in your heart space and, you know, intuition and feelings, all right? So I feel like it's important for you to try to come full circle and to allow yourself to feel again and to allow yourself to move on, all right? So I feel like the theme unfolding here for September, Gemini, is about you moving on emotionally, okay? And covering your behind on some stuff here, making sure that, you know, that you don't make the same mistakes again. You don't fall into the same disappointment, you know, because you've got the Knight of Pentacles here, which you understand that's slow and steady progress, and that's very good for you. So make sure that you're being very careful, but really emotionally, it's so important for you to leave this behind. Whatever happened in August, it's important for you to move on, okay, with a full heart. Okay, so again, forgiveness and, you know, not making the same mistakes again, not repeating that cycle. Okay, yeah, it's like just allow yourself to let love in again, Gemini. All right, so let's see how September looks at the end for you. Okay, one card for Gemini, please. End of September. One card, please. Okay, yeah, wow, lots of change, lots of communication for you. Okay, so at the end of September, I feel like, yep, you're going to be, you know, those of you who take the advice and those of you who are able to move on and just kind of go, okay, it is what it is, and to focus on your finances and, you know, your schedules and that sort of a thing. This is lots of fast change, okay? And it's very positive for you. Okay, and what happens, the Ace of Wands is here because it's like it's telling you to open up those lines of communication. So whether or not you need to be sending those emails or sending those texts and having those conversations, those of you who are looking to, you know, take on another job or switch jobs or something like that, make sure you're sending out your resumes. And those, you know, if you're looking for promotion or something like that, make sure that you are putting yourself out there and you're communicating that that's your intention, that is your desire. Okay, because whatever it is that you set into motion, you're going to be, I feel like, jumping back into this chariot energy, and you're going to be moving up and on very, very quickly. Okay, so again, moving on for your highest self, you know, I feel like you're going to be leaving this in the past. So forgive yourself, forgive the situation, and just move on, because it's just not here for you anymore. There are better things ahead of you in September. So, you know, just make sure that you're paying attention to the red flags and make sure that you're covering yourself so that you don't, you know, you don't fall back in that trap. Let's see what else. Yep, I think that's it, Gemini, for September. So there's your reading. I wish you guys the very best of luck. Now, if this reading did resonate with you, I'm more than happy to schedule a reading, a personal reading, to dive a little bit deeper, to see what else we can talk about in September, just to get more specific about especially what this is. So I'd be interested to see what you guys are planning up and cooking up for September. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Alrighty, hello Cancer, and welcome to Dawn Moon Tarot, and this is your September 2022 general tarot card reading. Now do keep in mind that you guys already know that not all the messages will resonate with everybody, so make sure you check out and watch the readings for your other major placements in your chart. And while I'm shuffling, I do appreciate you guys hitting that like and subscribe button. That helps us out. And let's get started. So let's take a peek at what your overall theme for September is going to be, Cancer. Let's get one card. All right. So overall theme for September is going to be the Ten of Wands. Now the Ten of Wands is all about letting go. Okay. Tens are always about reaching the end of a cycle. And then the Ten of Wands in particular is about burdens and reaching your absolute maximum capacity to carry burdens, specifically other people's stuff. So this is additional responsibilities and favors and that sort of a thing. So doing extra stuff at work or extra stuff for your family and friends, you know what I mean? And it gets to the point where you're so tired that you can't even focus on your own responsibilities. So this month, this is about releasing all of that, giving everybody their own responsibilities, all their own stuff back, right? So that you can continue to focus, that you can continue to climb, and so that you can just finally feel rejuvenated, excuse me, and start over, right? Because the Ten of Wands can be so burdensome, it can actually start to affect your, like your back, right? You can, you know, some of you getting, you know, maybe lower back problems and that sort of a thing, because that's where the stress is with this sort of energy. Okay, so it's time to just give it all back, allow everybody else to take their own responsibilities, and for you to move on. Okay, so this is just a gentle reminder that there's nothing to feel guilty about. You don't have to do everything for everybody, Cancer. Okay, all right, so let's see specifically what energy that you need to leave behind in August, right? So not that it's a negative or positive in particular, but this is about leaving it behind. So the Star is the thing to leave behind. And it seems to be a theme with the collective in general, because this does keep coming up with the other signs and other readings in this position, Cancer. So the Star card, I feel like, is about, okay, you guys have rested and you've contemplated and you know, allowing yourself to recover and hope, but it's like, what are you doing about it? Okay, and you know, the Ten of Wands is telling me that you've allowed yourself to become distracted while you were trying to recover, which is counterproductive, right, Cancer? So this is like, okay, you've distracted yourself long enough, you know what you want, so why are you not going for it, right, Cancer? It's like, you know, you've been through so much already. It's time to release those burdens and release that stress and to focus on you. Okay? Okay. What else am I feeling? I feel like you can see what you want. You can absolutely see what you want. But you're telling yourself that you can't do that because you have to do this first, but this first, but this first. No more of that, Cancer. All right, so the energy to embrace is the Nine of Cups. Yeah, there, see, I was just saying, what is it that you want? Your wish fulfillment. Okay, why can you not now do it? Now is the perfect time. Now is the perfect time to go for what you want. Okay, because you've been wishing for it, you've been hoping for it, you've been thinking about it. Now it's time to grab it. Now is the time. So beautiful. Yeah, release this burden and grab what you want, the thing that you've been dreaming of. It is here for you. And maybe you thought it was unattainable. That's what I'm feeling. It's like you thought maybe your dream was too big, or it wasn't realistic or unattainable. It is attainable. It's here. It's more here than you realize, Cancer. Wow. Yeah, I feel like you just didn't give it a fair chance. All right, so let's see what your big challenge is for September, Cancer. What is the big speed bump that you're going to be facing? Which is the Hermit and the Fool. They both came out. Wow. Okay. So with the Hermit and the Fool, I feel like your big challenge is really like letting go and starting over. You know, I feel like you feel like you cannot fully let go. You cannot fully accept that your new beginning is here. That everything that you've ever wanted is here. Okay, and it's like you're listening to other people's opinions too much. You're not allowing yourself to be quiet and to just trust and to listen, right? This feels very out of character for you, Cancer. Very out of character for you. Why? Why are you so out of sorts? This feels like something happened months ago where you still feel like you don't deserve happiness. Where you still feel like you don't deserve to move on, where you feel like you have to pay your dues, right? Or somebody told you you have to pay your dues, but you don't. So it's important to take some time for yourself, Cancer, and to quiet the world around you and refocus and ask yourself, okay, do I deserve a new beginning? You absolutely deserve a new beginning. You're more than overdue, Cancer. So it's here for you. It is here for the taking. Nine of Cups is telling you that your wish fulfillment, it is here. Okay? Whether you're wishing for peace, whether you're wishing for a new love, a new career. This doesn't feel like career so much. This is more of that feeling of contentment, that feeling of love and peace. Yeah. It's here for you, though. You know what I mean? The other thing I feel like I need to say to you is that you don't have to overthink this. This isn't something that needs to be thought through. This takes more of, you know, that brave first step, right? Which is the Fool. Taking that brave first step. Now, this is advice on how to really overcome this challenge and to embrace the lighter side of it, which is the Knight of Swords. So for me, this feels like you need to be your own hero here. You need to be your own advocate, okay? So this is, again, moving forward with your plans. You've been wishing for it. It's time to take action. It's time to move forward with your plans. So whether it's having a conversation with somebody, standing up for what you want, right? Either way, it's important for you to move forward with it. I mean, you have the clarity. It's not like, you know, you don't see what you want. Now is the time, Cancer, right? So standing up for yourself, even morally, you know what I mean? When you feel like morally you deserve something and morally you feel justified in what you've been planning and what you've been hoping for, the universe is telling you you are justified. So take it. And you don't need somebody's permission. Okay? Reach out and take it because it's yours. Wow. That is a good message. I love that for you, Cancer. I really do. All right, so let's see how the month is going to be ending for you. Should you take the advice? All right, Cancer. Let's see what we got. Yeah, Seven of Wands. Yeah, going your own way. Thinking outside of the box even. Leaning into your own strengths. All of these are Seven of Wands. Okay? So yes, when you stick up for yourself as the Knight of Swords, it can upset some people. And that's okay because it's not about them. And that's what the Seven of Wands is saying is, you know, it may upset somebody and it may be just you overthinking it and assuming that somebody is upset over your choices. Either way, that's not your burden to take on. Okay, other people's feelings aren't your burden to take on. Okay, this is about you continuing to strive, continuing to move forward, continuing to be success and move towards your wish fulfillment without other people's interjections. Okay, because yes, that will happen. Somebody will go, well, I think you should do it this way, or I think you should do it this way because, you know, that's the way I do it, or whatever the case may be. But those people are not here to help you. They're holding you back. On purpose, maybe not on purpose. Either way, they're holding you back. If it doesn't feel right for you, because you're a Cancer, you already know. You already know what doesn't feel right. And intuitively, you need to follow your instincts. Okay? So again, this is you sort of forging your own path. Maybe you have to do something a bit unconventional, and that's okay. All right? Because that, for you, the message and the theme is about moving up and continuing to move forward despite the obstacles. Okay? So allow yourself to let go and release, and allow yourself to dream and to enjoy what you've been wishing for. Okay? And allowing yourself to just take a leap of faith rather than overthinking it, because I feel like karmically, like you've paid your dues. And I think we said this in the other reading. It was like it's about, you know, you fighting for love. I don't know what that is. I'm sure that's probably something very specific for a very small audience here. But this is, I feel like you're fighting for love. Okay, you're fighting for the world that you envision in your heart and in your mind. So continue to fight for it, Cancer. It's here for you. It's yours. Trust and believe that. Okay. All right. So those are your messages for September, Cancer. If this message did resonate with you and you want to dive a little bit deeper, I'm happy to schedule a reading with you to figure this out with you. And yep, the directions are in the description below of the reading, and otherwise we will see you guys later. Bye. All right, hello Leo, and welcome to Dawn Moon Tarot, and this is your September 2022 tarot card reading. Now do keep in mind this is a general reading, so not every message will resonate with everybody, so make sure you check out the videos and the readings of your other placements in your chart to get a fuller picture of what is going on in September for you. All right, Leo. And I do appreciate that while I'm shuffling, you guys hit that like and subscribe button. That helps us out greatly. And let's get started. So let's see what your overall theme for September is going to be, Leo. So let's get one card, Spirit, for Leo. Overall energy for September. All right. One card, please. Thank you. Okay, overall theme for you, Leo, is going to be the Six of Wands. So some of y'all are going to be reaching a major goal, something that you've been fighting for along the way, fighting for probably quite some time. Okay, so this is you reaching that goal. This is the card of success and achievement. So while you're being successful and you're reaching your goals, it does indicate that other people are going to be noticing this as well. So you're going to be in the spotlight. You're probably going to be receiving some congratulations. So that's wonderful for you. Happy news for you, Leo. All right, so let's move on. Let's see what energy you need to leave behind in August, though. So what can you not bring with you in order to continue your success? All right, for Leo, please. One card. The Moon. Okay, so I feel like this is worrying about the things that you don't know, or, you know, trying to get the fuller picture on of what's going on during your course here, during your road to success. So I feel like it's, you know, not worrying about, you know, secrets or not having all of the answers, right? So this is telling me that you need to don't worry about that anymore, right? Because you don't need to have all of the answers in order to be successful. Okay, so that's the message here, is that you don't have to know everything in order to be successful. So not overthinking it, not worrying whether or not, you know, is my intuition off, you know, do I need to worry about somebody backstabbing me or anything like that? Nope, nope, you are good to go. You are protected, Leo. You've got the green light to move forward. So you're gonna get what you've been fighting for, or what you've been working towards. So no worries there. Very positive. Okay, so let's see what energy you really should be embracing for September, though, for your greatest good, which is the Star. So good. So this is just focusing on moving forward, okay? Allowing yourself to hope again, allowing yourself to recover from the woes and the disappointments and, you know, the people who were backstabbing you or the people who were keeping secrets from you in the past, right? So, which makes sense with the moon is, you know, because you've been worrying so much about, you know, why is everybody else have all the answers and I don't? Well, not anymore for you. It's okay for you to let that go and to move forward and to, you know, allow yourself to regenerate and to feel rejuvenated. That's what I'm trying to say. Is this is a time of rejuvenation for you, Leo? Okay, rejuvenation and renewal of hope. So things seem to be really taking a turn for the better for you in September. Very good news. All right, so let's see what your major obstacle, though, for September is going to be. What is going to be your speed bump, so to speak? Okay, let's get one card for Leo, please. What is your challenge? Here it goes on the board, pardon me. All right. Okay, so your challenge, bear with me, is going to be the Two of Wands. Okay, so the Two of Wands feels like, as a challenge, you're not sure whether to trust your success, right? Because the Two of Wands is about being at a crossroads and also moving forward, you know, just going, you know, I'm just going to go for it, right? I know what I want. I've been thinking about it. I've been planning it. I've been dreaming about it. But is now the right time? I'm not sure. Yes, now is the right time to commit yourself to moving forward and to leaving the past behind. Okay, and this is specifically about the thing that you have been, it's like when you go to sleep you think about it, when you wake up you think about it, you know, it's in your thoughts during the day. This is the time for you to be successful and to move forward. But again, because it's in the challenge position, it feels like you're very hesitant to accept this. You're hesitant to accept the good news or the new offer or the new opportunity to move forward. So again, this is telling you to trust it, okay? Even though you're going to feel hesitant. So just acknowledging that when it comes to you, that you're going to feel hesitant, but that is exactly when you should be jumping forward. That's exactly when you should be jumping on this opportunity and saying, you know what, I'm just going to go for it, right? All right. So let's see what the piece of advice is from Spirit on how to overcome this. So let's see what they say. Let's see. Okay, so it's going to be the Three of Cups here as advice. So again, this is just relaxing and having fun and allow yourself to enjoy life again. Okay, because we know that Leos are very joyful and they like to socialize and have fun and, you know, make sure everybody is happy and having a good time. Yeah, so do you, Leo. Making sure that you're happy and that you're having a good time and not taking it, you know, I want to say not taking life too seriously. So this is just allowing yourself to cut loose a little bit, okay? So I feel like that's going to be your inspiration on letting go and moving forward, because while you're enjoying life and you're, you know what I mean, you're talking about your goals, you're talking about your fears, I feel like there's going to be a message here from somebody who has probably gone through the same thing that you've gone through while in this interaction, in this socializing, this social interaction with the people around you. So make sure that you're participating in, you know, kind of getting outside of your head, getting out of the house, going out, and having fun. Okay? Because it's so important. I keep feeling it's so important for you to move on. It's so important for you to untie yourself from the past, from, you know, past expectations and past fears, and you know what I mean? That's done and over with for you. Okay? And the Three of Cups is telling you, it's okay, get out there, go have fun, celebrate your victories, big ones, small ones, even if it feels like, you know, if somebody tells you that you have achieved something wonderful and they're congratulating you and you're telling yourself, well, it's not that great, I probably should have been doing this along the way anyway, Don't do that to yourself. Allow yourself to be congratulated. Allow yourself to enjoy those small victories, okay? The ones that seem small to you. Because I'm feeling like those small victories aren't so small, okay? They're a bigger relief than you're admitting. Okay, Leo. All right. So let's see how you're going to be closing the month of September out, should you take the advice. So, what does the end of September have for you, Leo? Let's see. One card, please, Spirit, for Leo. Let's see what good message we have for Leo, please. All right. So 2 cards came out. Let's see. So we've got the 8 of Cups, and we've got the 2 of Pentacles. So I feel like you are finally releasing all of the chaos and, you know what I mean, the burdens. Because what I'm seeing here, the 2 of Pentacles, is about having a lot on your plate, having a very busy schedule. And it's like you're telling yourself at first that you can do this. You can manage all of this craziness, right, Leo? But what ends up happening is that it becomes too much, right? Because the 2 of Pentacles, it's not sustainable energy, Leo, at all. Because you're standing on shaky ground while you're trying to make everything work, right? And eventually you're going to have to pick something to release. You're going to have to release a responsibility or a burden of some sort. And then I see with the 8 of Cups, you're doing that. You're going, you know what? I can't put my emotional energy, and this is what specifically it's focusing on, your emotions and your love and your energy, your emotional energy into something that it's just not working anymore, right? And this is allowing yourself to just let it drop and let it go and walk away. All right. So that's what I feel like your theme here for September is just celebrating the victories, celebrating the success, and allowing yourself to move forward and look into the future and, you know, stop watering dead plants. Really stop putting your emotional energy into something that is just, you know, not working for you. And you guys will know exactly what that is. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you feel torn. You know, should I focus on this or should I focus on this? The thing that brings you sorrow, don't focus on it anymore. Let it be. Let it return back to the universe and allow yourself to just move on. Okay? All right, Leo, those are your messages for September. I hope this resonated with you, and if it did, I am willing to book a personal reading to dig a little bit deeper into these messages. And the link on how to do that is in the description below. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Bye. All right, hello Virgo, and welcome to Dawn Moon Tarot. And this is your September 2022 tarot card reading. Now do keep in mind that these messages are general, so they're not going to resonate with everybody. So make sure you check out the videos of your other placements in your chart to get a better picture of what is going on in September for you, Virgo. All right. So while I'm shuffling, I do appreciate you guys hitting that like and subscribe button. That helps me out tremendously. So, all right, let's get started. So let's see what your overall theme for September is going to be, Virgo. What is going to be the overall theme? Whoa. In September for Virgo. So 10 of Chalices. So beautiful energy. This is the and they lived happily ever after card. Okay? So this is contentment. This is joy. This is having a full heart with the people around you, having very strong interpersonal relationships with all of your favorite people, and just feeling like you have finally arrived at a place of peace. So just so beautiful. Wow. So congratulations on that, Virgo. All right, so let's see what you really need to leave behind, though, in August. So this energy isn't, you know, positive or negative. It's just no longer going to be serving you in September. Okay, so Knight of Athames is the energy to leave behind. So I feel like you don't have to fight so hard, right? I feel like you don't have to be the one to take charge, the one to make plans, the one to, you know, be the decision maker for everything. I feel like it's going to be a time of relaxing for you and not having to fight so hard and not having to stand up for yourself, right? So it just feels like, you know, you're no longer having to sort of like talk to a brick wall. You know what I mean? Because that's what I feel like you're like going, okay, you know what? I can't do this anymore. You know, it was necessary in August, but I feel like it's time to kind of set that torch down and enjoy things. All right, so let's see what specifically you should be doing instead, which is the Horned God. Okay, so the Horned God is the Emperor in the traditional RWS system. So this is telling me that this is a time of maturity for you and a time of building, right? So this is about your relationships with the people around you and being a leader to those people, right? So being the mature leader, you know, telling people like, this is how you do this. This is how you move on. Leading by example also is what I'm feeling for you. Okay, having that really beautiful grounded Virgo energy, you know, who you are, the taskmaster, you know what I mean? So I feel like, but you're not doing everything yourself for the first time. You're allowing other people to help you out and delegate. Okay, so that's what I feel for you. You're more like you're in a delegation energy right now, right? Where you're still the leader because you have to be, because, you know, there is nobody better at it than you, truth be told, Virgo. But you don't have to be the one exhausting yourself and running around so much. You can be like, okay, hey, you know what I mean? You can teach somebody, you can lead by example and still have everything be very solid around you, okay? All right, so let's see what your major challenge is, though, in September. What's going to be your speed bump? Something to look out for you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so the speed bump and the challenge is going to be the Wheel of the Year, which is usually a very positive card, right? The Wheel of the Year indicates a time of good luck and prosperity. Okay, and I will take the Three of Chalices because it did pop out with it, so we don't want to discount that. And the Three of Chalices is about having a good time and socializing and, you know what I mean, just celebrating life and, you know, just having a good time with the people around you, even some of the people in your Ten of Chalices, even the people in your inner circle. This isn't necessarily the people in your inner circle because this is more of a light-hearted energy. So the message I'm feeling here is that, you know, it's hard for you to enjoy life when the gifts are here in front of you, Virgo. So the challenge for you is to try to cut loose and to enjoy the abundance and the gifts around you, right? Which is going to be very hard when you're used to having to fight all the time, okay? But you don't have to fight right now. So it's okay to cut loose and enjoy. You don't have to try to plan so much and try to be the one in charge. It's like, just relax, Virgo. Everything is okay, all right? It's important for you to reap the rewards of the empire that you've built, right? It's like, when is enough enough, okay? And September is telling you enough is enough, at least for right now, okay? All right. So let's see specifically what advice Spirit has for you on how to overcome this challenge. What can you embrace? What can you do? Okay. So I feel like the Holly King for you, the message is telling you this is a time of reevaluation for yourself, okay? Because you're moving on from the Knight and moving into the Horned God. And how do you get there? It's like you have to have a period of time where you reevaluate who you are as a person, even spiritually, right? It's this like, what is my path forward? What do I want now moving forward in my life? Because I've achieved this happily ever after scenario. You have the joy and you have the love. You know what I mean? And sometimes when you're fighting so much, you can kind of feel lost without the chaos. So this is the time to go within and go, okay, who am I without this chaos? Okay? This is about the calm, you know, and that wisdom in the later years in life. And, you know, it's like realizing that you don't have to fight so hard anymore, right? And maybe thinking about what challenges may arise as you move forward, because they are certainly not the challenges of the past. And that's really important for you to realize, Virgo, is that the challenges of the past are gone. Okay? And you have the answers inside of you. This is what the Holly King is also telling you, is that you have the answers inside of you. You don't need advice from everybody else because you're intelligent enough, Virgo, to know what the answers are. So once you're able to step out of, you know, the chaos and, you know, put down the social media, you know, shut your laptop off, you know, not working so hard, you know, late at night, just allowing yourself to just be you and to let yourself think and meditate and go within. And, you know, just, this is asking yourself, who am I? What do I want? Right? So let yourself do that, Virgo. Allow yourself to be still. All right. And I know that's going to be a challenge for a lot of you guys. That's okay. Because this is really what's going to be good for you. Okay? You don't have to guilt yourself into being like, well, I have to do this first before I calm down or before I'm able to be still. Not right now. Okay? All right. So this is what's coming towards you at the end of September should you take the advice, which is the King of Chalices. So for some of you, this is somebody else. Okay, so this would be a water sign coming in for you. So Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Okay, but I feel like this is an emotional balance, an emotional intelligence for many of you guys. Okay, I feel like you are becoming, this is more of like tapping into your compassionate side. Okay, because the King of Chalices, this is a very compassionate energy, right? This is a bit of, this is some self-sacrificial stuff, you know, where you sacrifice your time and energy for the greater good, for the needs of others, right? In order to make everybody else happy. And there is a reward in that, right? There's a contentment with knowing that you helped, right? That you contributed somehow. And I feel like that's going to be for some of you, you know, those of you who are reevaluating your life and, you know, what you want to do with your career. This could be the path that some of you take, you know, giving of yourself and your time. So volunteering, or, you know, this is for job wise, this is, you know, becoming like a veterinarian, you know, so working with animals, working with children, that sort of a thing. Okay. But for others of you, this is welcoming in somebody that is going to help you, or just allowing maybe somebody that you already know that is this energy, allowing somebody to help balance you out, right? Welcoming somebody in to allow you to be vulnerable. Like this person is safe for you to be vulnerable, right? Somebody that you can help, that can help you delegate, that can help you, you know, look at life, you know, where it's not a series of tasks, to enjoy things, right? So this would be your balance. This person is your balance, this male energy. Okay, but for others of you, I feel like you are opening yourself up and allowing yourself to enjoy life, enjoy, you know, the repercussions, or, you know what I mean, enjoy the outcome of your sacrifice, of all of the fighting that you've been doing, because you have the Ten of Chalices. So why not enjoy it too, right, Virgo? Because you have earned it. And that's what the universe is telling you, is that you have earned it. You fought so hard. It's time to just let yourself relax and enjoy the good fortune that you've created for yourself, okay? All right, Virgo, those are your messages for September 2022. Now, if this reading did resonate with you and you want to dig a little bit deeper, I am more than happy to schedule a reading with you. Otherwise, for the rest of you, I will see you next time. All right, bye. All right, hello Libra, and welcome to Dawn Moon Tarot, and this is your September 2022 General Tarot Card reading. Now, do keep in mind, of course you guys already know, that not all the messages will resonate with everybody, so take what resonates with you, throw away the rest, but also make sure you check out the readings regarding your other aspects in your chart. While I'm shuffling, I do appreciate you guys hitting that like and subscribe button. That helps me out a great deal. All right, so let's get started. So the first card out, we're going to look at what the overall theme of September is for you. All right, Spirit, let's get some good messages for Libra. Good messages for Libra, please. Here we go. First card out is Temperance, of course. So I'm not really surprised here with the energy I was feeling for you guys. So Temperance is about balance, right? Here, I'll show you guys the card while I talk. So Temperance is balance in emotions and balance in your energy, but it also could indicate some sort of reconciliation. Okay, so reconciliation towards somebody. I feel like this is a long time coming. Okay, so this is somebody that you've been separated from for a long time, somebody you used to be close to, but it's just, you know, for whatever reason you had a falling out and you haven't spoken in quite some time. So the Temperance indicates a long time coming of a much needed reconciliation of somebody that is dear and close to you. Okay, so yep, alrighty, so let's move on. Let's see what energy you need to leave behind in August, though. So in order to really embrace this Temperance energy fully, we need to make sure that we're not bringing any baggage. So let's see what you need to leave behind in August, Libra. Let's get a card for Libra, please, Spirit. One card for Libra. What does Libra need to leave behind in August? Ooh, that flipped right over. The Emperor. Okay. So what I'm feeling here for you is, I'm feeling, Libra, that you don't need to be in control of everything, because the Emperor energy is like, you know, you're building your empire and you have all of, you know, your people that you need around you helping you, right? And you're a natural leader. But I feel like because it's in this position that you don't need to be the one in charge. You don't need to be the one, especially if this reconciliation coming in, you don't need to be right. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, I feel like there's a coming together, a meeting in the middle here. So the Emperor energy is, you know, this is telling me that it's okay to let somebody else take the lead, okay? And you don't have to focus so much on, you know, trying to make it make sense and trying to figure everything out. Okay, all right. So let's see what you can replace this Emperor energy with, Libra, in September. For your highest good, what is the energy you need to embrace? Eight of Wands, lots of communication. Okay, this is open and honest communication, and not being afraid also to send that text, right? Not being, you know, afraid to send that text, to open the lines of communication. So you may be the one to have to initiate this process. Okay, as difficult as it may be, or if you were waiting for a sign, I feel like this is the message. You know, here it is right now, Libra. You may have to be the one to open these lines of communication and to initiate the process. All right, but I'm feeling that this is very positive for you. Okay, because when you open the lines of communication here, I feel like a lot of progress is going to be made, and it's going to be made in the right direction, the direction that you were hoping it was going to be in. All right, I do feel this very positive energy, very positive changes, and I feel like it's going to change very, very quickly. Okay, it's like whoever you're waiting for, or whoever, you know, this is involved in this energy, they're waiting for you to contact them. Okay, so go ahead and do that, Libra. All right. So let's see what your big challenge, though, in September is going to be, Libra. What is your big challenge? The Sun. Oh, okay. Well, the Sun, I will say this, is the most positive card in the deck, you know, in the whole tarot system. So there's no negative connotations in this, because the Sun is all about abundance and joy and content and safety and security, right? Even all the way down to, you know, your inner child, you know, really feeling like you're safe and that you're at home, you know, really enjoying all the blessings in your life. But in this position, in the challenge position, I would ask yourself, why are you holding back on fully expressing yourself or fully enjoying the blessings around you? Okay, I feel like you're distracted here, or you're not trusting. not trusting your gifts and your blessings. Okay, so that's the challenge for you, Libra, is to be present and to be in the moment and to allow yourself to just relax and, you know, release control and to let your blessings come as they are. You know, let people show up as they are, let your blessings show up as they are, and to enjoy them. Okay, instead of trying to force things or trying to manipulate anything. Not that you're manipulating anything, but I'm just saying, you know, instead of trying to change anything, just let it be. Let things come as they are. Let people meet you where they are. And yeah, just being really present in the moment, okay? Because the sun is, you know, this is like the universe giving you a kiss on the forehead and telling you that everything is okay, right? And it's like you're telling yourself that no, not everything is okay. I still have, you know, some sort of trigger, or, you know, I feel like I'm going to be triggered by even, you know, reconciling with this person. But I feel like you might be overthinking it a little bit, where it's going to, you know, again, like I said before, it's going to turn out better than you thought. Okay, Libra? All right, so no need to stress out. No need to stress out. Okay. So this is the advice on how to overcome the challenge here, which is the 9 of Wands. Okay? The 9 of Wands. Okay, and I do feel like you do need to stand up for yourself. Okay, let me just scoosh these guys over here. All right? So this isn't saying, you know, with the 8 of Wands and the Sun here, it's not that you have to compromise your beliefs, but, you know, if you're standing your ground and you're standing up for yourself and you're going, okay, look, yes, we need to come to the middle, but I truly feel this. This is my point of view, okay? And I feel like you're protecting your inner child here as well, you know, with that overthinking and the worrying, like, okay, if I initiate this conversation, I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, where it's going to be okay as long as you stand up for yourself, okay? Not that you have to be, you know, overly, you know, it doesn't have to be an argument, but I feel like this is a gentle energy on your part, so all you have to do is be present. Sorry, you guys can probably hear my dog chewing her bone. I apologize for that. So yeah, she's here with us as usual. Anyway, so the 9 of Wands, again, just stand up for yourself, stand your ground, and everything is going to be just fine. Everything's going to be great for you, Libra. All right, so let's see how you're going to be closing the month out. How is Libra going to be closing September out? Spirit, let's give them one. Here it goes. Bear with me just a minute. It flew onto the floor, as they always do. Excuse me. Okay. Aha. 8 of Swords. How we're closing it out. Again, I feel like you're overthinking it. Okay? The message here, I feel like this is a reminder for you, Libra, is that while you're standing up for yourself and you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your energy, and then you're going to be walking into the 8 of Swords, which again is telling you that you don't have to be backed into a corner. Okay, it's going to feel like you're going to be backed into a corner, but you're really not. Okay, and this is all about, again, I feel like there's a message here about releasing control and releasing expectations of how this is going to turn out, right? It may not have the conclusion that you wanted, where you are right, or, you know, somebody says, I'm sorry, and, you know, I was totally wrong. I don't think it's going to be like that. I feel like it's going to be a bit of, you know what, we just need to bury the hatchet here. And that's where your resistance is coming in, where you feel like, you know what, no, I think that you need to do this. And it feels very stuck. It feels very frustrating. Okay, so if you're able to recognize this feeling as it comes in, you can get yourself out of this, right? Because this feels like you might feel like it wasn't worth your time. But it's going to be worth your time. But, you know, as long as you're able to, again, let the chips fall where they may, and then move on from that, because I feel like this is mostly about your perception of the situation, of, you know, whatever happened here. Okay, so Libra, I wish you the very best of luck with this. So just relax and just, you know, let the energy flow as it needs to flow. Okay, so I feel like that's your overall theme for September. All right, Libra, so again, I wish you the very best of luck, and we will see you next time. Bye. Hey Scorpio, welcome to Dawn Moon Tarot, and this is your September 2022 general tarot card reading. Now do keep in mind that, of course, we know that this is a general reading, so not every message will resonate with everyone, so take what's yours, leave the rest, no big deal. But if you are curious and you want to get a bigger picture about what's going on for you in September, make sure you check out the videos of the other aspects in your chart. All right, so I do appreciate while I'm shuffling that you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me out tremendously, you guys. I really appreciate it when you do that. All right, so let's move on. So the first card out, let's see what your overall theme for September is going to be, Scorpio. All right, Spirit, let's get a card for Scorpio for their overall theme for September, please. Overall theme for September for Scorpio. One card, please, Spirit. They were chatting. Let's see. One card, please. There we go. There we go, and thank you. Okay, the Hermit. All right, you guys. A lot of dark night of the soul here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, because the Hermit card is about solitude, right? Shutting out the outside world and trying to just quiet your mind, right? Doing a lot of introspection, trying to figure out what is going on and what your next move is, right? But it's more than that. It's more of a spiritual journey, okay? And trying to figure out who you are and what, you know, what you have control over, what you don't have control over, you know, just trying to make the best choices for your highest good, okay? So this is very wise. This is you being very self-aware and, you know, really trying to gain the best understanding of what's going on right now. Okay, so that's really, really good energy, Scorpio. All right, so let's get a card to see what you need to leave behind in August. So what energy can you not take with you moving forward in September? So Page of Pentacles you can't take with you. Okay, so again, the Page of Pentacles is, you know, this is the student card. This is, you know, really taking your time and learning and studying and trying to, you know, figure out, you know, what your strengths are. You could have been trying to learn something new. Okay. But I'm feeling like this is, you know, you're looking outward and you're trying to figure out, you know, what to do next, maybe what to do with your money even, right? You have been trying to figure that out, you know, how can you make more money, you know, what can you do, you know, as far as investing goes and whatnot. But I feel like, you know, this isn't about what's external in September. That's not the theme here. This is about what the internal, where your compass is, you know, which way you're headed. Okay. All right, so no more of that. Let's see what they want you to step into instead of the Page of Pentacles. All right, thank you. Aha. So yeah, this is just relaxing. Okay, instead of trying, you know, worrying about, you know, what do I do with my money? How do I do this? How do I make it work? You know, how do I support myself or my family or whatnot? This is telling you it's just relax, right? Because the Three of Cups is all about joy and celebration and socializing, right? And just, you know, seeing the brighter side of life and, you know, celebrating your journey, celebrating the people around you. So yeah, I feel like you need to kind of balance your energy out this month. Okay, you need to, you know, I feel like perhaps you've been trying so hard to do what makes sense, which is not necessarily authentic to you, right? Because being a water sign, you know, this is more about your intuition and feeling your way through. And you haven't been doing that for some time. So I feel like it's time to just, you know, get out of your head a little bit and, you know, just kind of get out and shake it off, so to speak. That's what I'm feeling, like a shake it off kind of energy for you, Scorpio. All right, let's see what your major challenge is going to be for September, though. Let's see what your big challenge is going to be. Okay, so this is, so the Five of Swords here. bear with me, bear with me. Okay, so Five of Swords, or the Five of Swords is a card of conflict. Always, the fives are always about conflict. And the Five of Swords in particular is about, you know, kind of needing to be right, depending on what side of the card you're on, but it's really needing to be right at all costs. It's like, as long as I'm right, I don't really care whether or not your feelings are hurt, right? Which is it's an unfortunate point of view, because we can get caught up in whatever's going on, and you know, when you feel so strongly about something, and it can be hard to let go and to see somebody else's point of view. So I feel like this is your challenge here, is recognizing, you know, and being very careful that, you know, even though you feel like you're right, and you probably are right, but it's like, at what cost do you need to prove your point, right, Scorpio? Which is, and that's a hard pill to swallow for all of us. You know, it's like, I know I'm right, why aren't you listening to me? You know, and in the meantime, we don't see the damage that we do to the other people. You know, people get their feelings hurt, and, you know, things that you maybe should have been paying attention to fall to the wayside. So there's, you know, some neglect in the peripheral there. So, you know, just be really careful, Scorpio, that, you know, you're taking care of the people around you. You know, again, this is like, what is worth your time? Is it really worth the fight? Or is it something that you can kind of just let slide, right? All right. So let's get some advice on how to get past this. Whoa, way too many cards. I'm going to take all these back. I just need one card, Spirit. Just one, please. Okay, one card for Scorpio. Get some advice. Ooh, there's a fall on the floor. Bear with me. I'm going to grab it. All right. Aha. Yep. And that's the Scorpio card right there. Okay. So that's the advice. So when your own card shows up in your reading, this tells me that, you know, this is really being authentic to yourself. Okay, intuitively being authentic to yourself. But the Death card, as its own energy, is about letting go and releasing, right? This is like, stop watering the dead plant, because it's just, enough is enough. And when you're able to recognize that and release that energy and just say, okay, it's just time to move on, then that's when the transformation happens, right? That's when the new opportunities come in. That's when the change you've been maybe fighting for so hard, that's when it happens, is when you stop trying to make the change happen. I know that maybe that seems counterproductive, but that's really what it is. It's just a, you know, a release of control, and the transformation then inevitably happens. Because the Death card, you know, when this shows up, this tells you, it's like, there's nothing more that you can do at this point. So it's like, you know, just let the dead horse lie and let it return to the earth and move on. Okay, and release your attachment to that horse. That's what, you know, that's what I feel for you. It's like the attachment to the situation or the person or whatever it may be. This is about you releasing your attachment to that and moving on. Okay, and then just letting the transformation happen, and then, you know, you witnessing that. And it's also about you too. I feel like there's something about you personally in here as well, that you need to also release a part of yourself. You know, maybe the way you used to do things, or your old point of view, or something like that. This is about releasing the way that things were. Okay, because things can be beautiful moving forward, but this, I feel like you need to kind of walk away from the way things were, because they're not ever going to be the same, right? That's what the Death card is telling you, that what's done is done. So it's time to move on. Okay. Again, a hard pill to swallow, but it is 100% for your highest good. Okay. None of these messages are here to harm you or anything like that. This is always like, look, life is waiting to transform you and to give you these beautiful blessings. So, you know, all you have to do is step in the right direction, and it will happen for you. Really, really nice message. Okay. So I'm going to take this back because I didn't even ask the question. Okay, so let's move on. Let's see what's coming towards you towards the end of the month. How are you going to be rounding the month out? Should you take the advice? Okay, one card for Scorpio, please, Spirit. For the end of September. How is Scorpio ending September? Oh, yay. So nice. See? Told you. This is so great. So the sun, right? And then there's no negative connotation to the sun. This is the only deck, or the only, only card in the whole deck that is positive no matter what. Right? So if you're able to embrace that death energy and to just release and let go, then the sun is coming into you. So this is all joy and abundance and contentment, and you know, the universe kind of giving you a kiss on the forehead, telling you everything is okay, right? So this is what I'm going to tell you, that, you know, Scorpio, if you're able to do this and kind of let you know, let yourself not be in control, however I'm trying to say that, the sun is here. You know, here's, you know, this is like, almost like they lived happily ever after. This is the joy and contentment that you've been fighting for. Okay? So it's here for you, Scorpio. It is here for you. This is a deep reading. There's a lot here, but, you know, I feel like for a lot of you, this is something that you really, really needed to hear, and that's okay. And that's okay. Okay, so I will leave it at that. So those are your messages for September, Scorpio. So I wish you the very best of luck, and we will see you next time. Bye. Okay, hello Sagittarius, and welcome to Dawn Moon Tarot. And this is your September 2022 General Tarot card reading. Now, do keep in mind that, of course, not all the messages will resonate with everybody, so take what resonates with you, throw away the rest, no big deal. But if you are curious about, you know, having a bigger picture, what's going on for you in September, make sure you check out the videos of the other aspects in your chart. Okay. Now, I do appreciate that while I'm shuffling, you guys hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me out tremendously. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys doing that. So let's move on. Let's take a peek at what your overall energy for September is going to be. Sagittarius. Okay, Spirit, let's get one card for Sagittarius for overall energy for September, please. One card for overall energy for September. And the one that flipped was actually the Queen of Swords. So let's take a peek. So we had the 9 and the 8 of Wands come out. So we'll see if they come back out later, but this is our card. Okay, so this is you, the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is really about you being really, gosh, I feel like you're standing up for yourself here. You know, really being strong in your power. You know, if like the Queen of Swords, what she does is, you know, it can be a male or female, of course, it's just a feminine energy. But she draws a line in the sand and just says, you know what? I can see your BS from a mile away. Don't even. Okay? These are my boundaries and you're not going to cross them. Okay? So the Queen of Swords is somebody who you can't lie to. Right? She can see everything very, very clearly. And this is you. I see you, you know, observing whatever's going on in your life with absolute clarity. Okay? And being very cunning as well. So with whatever plans that you're making, I see you being very clever with, you know, what's going to bring you to fruition or bring you to your goals. Excuse me. So really, really powerful energy for you, Sagittarius. Okay? Yeah, this is like very clear of thought, very logical. And then when you communicate, being very, very clear in your communication, what your expectations are, what your boundaries are, so on and so forth, right? So, awesome energy. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear. My dog is chewing on her bone behind me. So, she's, of course, as usual, lending her energy to us. So, all right. So, let's see what you really need, what energy you need to leave behind in August, Sagittarius. So, what energy is not going to help you anymore in September? Okay, Spirit. Let's check the bottom card. Aha. 7 of Wands. Okay, so the Seven of Wands is it's a couple of different things. So the Seven of Wands is kind of defending your position, right? Defending your success. And it can feel like people are sort of, you know, talking down to you or telling you that, you know, you should do things this way, or, you know, maybe you shouldn't do it that way. Because once you generate some sort of success, you know, once you reach some sort of a goal, especially, you know, with the six, you know, taking a step backwards with the Six of Wands, you know, getting some sort of recognition, public recognition, where people see what you're doing and they're congratulating you. But what can inevitably happen is that you get some, like the haters energy, right? It's like, oh, why does Sagittarius have that? I want that, right? And then they interject and they give you their opinions, and it's, unfortunately, it's for the sole purpose of trying to distract you or to, you know, negate your success. So don't let that happen. Okay. Also, the Seven of Swords is, you know, in order to move on, it's important to trust yourself, I feel like, and to keep going. Okay. And it's kind of like, you know, thinking outside of the box a little bit, which is the thing that you may have to do to get out of this energy, is, you know, what you do and what your strengths aren't what everybody else's strengths are. So it's important to recognize the difference and to keep moving. Okay. So I'm feeling like you don't have to be so defensive in September. Okay. I feel like this is like you kind of moving on from that, you know, and not really worrying about, you know, can you trust this person? Can you trust that person? Because I feel like you don't need anybody else's advice at this point. And it's important to just trust yourself and to keep moving forward in your own power and, you know, moving within your own, the rules that you set for yourself. Okay? All right, so let's see what specifically you can replace this with. Okay, so what energy does Sagittarius need to embrace instead of the Seven of Wands? One card, please, Spirit. You're getting it, aren't you? You're a good girl. One card, please, Spirit. Sagittarius. Okay. Okay. So the Nine of Pentacles, like I said, this is just kind of doing it on your own, right? And to keep building and keep going. Okay, this is being self-reliant and, you know, knowing that you don't need anybody else to help you or to succeed. Okay, and also to enjoy. You know what I mean? So when I was talking about this, you know, the Six of Wands energy, taking a step back from the Seven, you have reached a successful goal. You did something amazing in August. So why not celebrate it? Why not, you know, just take a deep breath and enjoy what you've done for yourself. Okay, so this is, you know, yes, it's congratulating yourself, but it's also enjoying what you've done because you did it on your own, and you didn't need anybody when you were succeeding, and you continue to not need anybody. Okay, because at this point it really feels like whatever opinions are interjected, those are more projections of somebody else's fears and somebody else's what am I trying to say? Their deficiencies. Okay? So their deficiencies aren't your deficiencies. So make sure you tell yourself that, okay? All right, so let's see what your major challenge is in September. Okay. All right, Spirit, let's get a card. Challenges for Sagittarius, please, in September. These cards are just flopping out. Okay, so the Hanged Man. Okay, so I feel like, so your challenge is going to be the Hanged Man, which is, your challenge is going to be stillness. Okay, it's, you know, because it's going to be important for you in September, I feel, to just take a breath, right? And that's what the Queen of Swords is here too. It's like, just take a breath and let yourself see everything for what it is. Okay, rather than what you wish it would be. And that's what the Hanged Man is telling you. It's like, okay, it's time to look at this objectively. Okay, what's going on objectively? And to kind of, you know, it's okay to listen to other people's point of view. you know, because the Seven of Wands is inevitably, you know, people are going to be bombarding you. It's okay to listen, but that doesn't mean you need to take the advice, right? It's just the Hanged Man is about stillness and just allowing the information to come, because the Hanged Man, it sort of forces this delay so that you can look at your situation from all points of view, because you may be at risk of taking a step backwards. Okay, so when the Hanged Man is here, it's a gift from the universe. You know, it's like a blessing in disguise where, you know, you're going and you're going and you're progressing, and then all of a sudden you're not. And then it's frustrating, right? And you wonder, why am I in this stall? Why am I in this delay? And it's because you need to take a step back. You need to take a breath and look at what is going on. Okay, take an honest, logical look at what the next step is, like where your actions are leading you. Okay, Sagittarius. So it's okay to stop. So when you're feeling really frustrated, because I feel, you know, that's what the Hanged Man is here in this position, is telling you that when you feel frustrated and when you're feeling like, you know, you're not moving up or you're not moving on, that's for a reason. So allow yourself to just take a deep breath and to, you know, really be present. Okay, so, you know, this is, you know, maybe doing some yoga, maybe you know, going for what, you know, being outside in the woods, really letting yourself be grounded, and yeah, just consider what you've been hearing from other people. Just to go, you know, should I look at it this way? Probably not, but, you know, it's nice to get, you know, somebody else's point of view, because what happens is it could spark something new in you. You go, like, maybe that's not quite right, but I can see this, right? And that's what the Queen of Swords is like. Okay, let's look at the whole picture, right? Both sides aren't right, but, you know, that's up to you, Sagittarius, to find sort of middle ground. Okay, so let's get some advice on how you can kind of get out of this Hanged Man energy, besides what I just said. Okay, sweetheart. No, thank you. Sorry. I think she dropped her bone. Okay. One card, please. Yep, there it is. All right. Yeah. This is just making so much sense, just one after the other. Ooh. Apparently it's thundering outside. Whew. Anyway, so the Seven of Cups is telling you to consider all options, right? So while you're in the Hanged Man position, right? I mean, the message is loud and clear, Sagittarius, to consider all options and all avenues. Okay, and it's okay to let yourself kind of daydream, right? And the Hanged Man is here to give you protection to do that. It's a safe time to kind of let your mind float down all these different avenues and to consider, you know, what's your next step, right? What feels authentic to you? What feels good? What feels whole? And, you know, what feels like, you know, the natural path for you. Okay, but it's important to open up your mind and, you know, to be, or I'll say, be open-minded to, you know, what your next step is, because it may not be exactly what you expected, right? And that's okay. And that's okay. All of us need, you know, maybe a little reminder and a little time out to kind of course correct. Okay. So let's see how you're going to be closing out September, should you follow the advice. One card for Sagittarius, please. All right. Queen of Cups. Nice. So the Queen of Cups as an energy is about compassion and giving and trusting your intuition and being, you know, just giving of yourself and giving of your time. You know what I mean? So the Queen of Emotions, excuse me, the Queen of Cups is like, you know, really being comfortable in your own feelings and being highly intuitive as well, because I feel like that's what you are here. You know, you've got both queens. You've got two queens that are on opposite sides of the coin, right? The swords are about logic and the cups are about emotion. Okay, so together they balance out perfectly. So I feel like you're coming around full circle, and you're coming around and you're balancing out your emotions. I feel like things are going to be calming down for you, and you know, you're going to be able to really enjoy what's going on and enjoy the next step. Because when you consider all of these options, I feel like the path forward that you choose is going to bring you that joy and that contentment that you've been waiting for, right? It's like you've been working and you've been working and you've been doing this on your own, but it can leave kind of an empty hole in your heart. It can feel like, yes, I succeeded, but, right? So what fills up that you know, that hole? And I feel like you're going to get there. You're going to choose the path to figure that out, and it's going to make you feel that wholeness and that contentment and that joy. And also, I will say this as a piece of advice, is while you're looking at everything from a point of this objective point of view, is to focus on what makes you feel like connected to everybody else. Because I feel like there's a message here about the greater good and, you know, acts of service, something like that for you, Sagittarius. So whatever your next move forward is probably going to have a lot to do with other people, giving of yourself, right? So this could be either teaching or guiding or counseling or something like that, where it connects you to other people, and where you're involved in helping people sort of balance out their emotions and bringing joy. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you, Sagittarius, and I will leave this there. I feel like those are your messages for September. So I wish you the very best of luck, Sagittarius, and we will see you next time. Bye. Okay, hello Capricorn, and welcome to Dawn Moon Tarot. This is your September 2022 General Tarot card reading. So do keep in mind that not all of the messages will resonate with everybody. Of course, you guys already know that. So if you're interested in getting a bigger picture of what's going on, make sure you check the videos out of the other aspects in your chart. Alrighty, let's get shuffling. So while I'm shuffling, I do appreciate you guys hitting that like and subscribe button. Of course, you know I appreciate each and every one of you doing that. It really, really helps me out. All right, anyway, so let's dive in. So the first card I want to come out is going to be your overall theme for September. Okay, Spirit, let's get some good messages for Capricorn, please. Let's get one card. Overall energy for, overall theme for September for Capricorn. All right, one card, please. Thank you. Okay. Aha, in your pre-shuffle, you guys, the Ten of Swords came out, and here it is again. So confirmation that this is here and it's real. Okay, so the Ten of Swords, I feel like, is just the culmination of, you know, I feel like your worst fears realized. Okay, it's like you went in with a positive mindset, and things are just, you know, people aren't who you thought they were, and certainly somebody has been, I want to say, not kind of two-faced, but I feel like, you know, you put yourself out there, and then somebody showed their true colors, and bam, you know, here you are with that disappointment. And, you know, those words have other consequences as well, of course, emotionally, but I feel like, you know, there's a trickle effect here. So like one person said something, and then another person said something, and so on and so forth. And here you are just feeling, I just feel very defeated. It is a very defeated feeling, right? So I feel like your overall theme is having to deal with that and having to just bear it, and, you know, finding a way to get out of it. But the good news, okay, so silver lining, is that this will be as bad as it gets. So as things progress throughout, you know, the next few months, I feel like you're clearing that up. You're going to find a way out of it. So we'll see what else comes out in the reading. But yeah, overall, this is you going, oh man, really? Here we go. You know, now you have to, as a Capricorn, because we're, you know, I'm a Capricorn as well, we're very independent. So I see you really kind of digging yourself out of this situation. But yeah, having to deal with it first, which is unfortunate. All right. So let's see what energy you really should be leaving behind in August. So this energy, yeah, it's just, it can't come with you. It's not going to help you, certainly not going to help you get out of this Ten of Swords energy. All right, which is the Ace of Swords, okay? So the Ace of Swords is, I don't know if you guys can see that. That is the clarity that you did have, okay? That was the breakthrough, okay? The epiphany, so to speak. So you saw, again, I feel like, yeah, you went in with the best of intentions because you had the Eight of Swords. And you said, okay, and away we go. But, you know, not everybody's on your side, right? Not everybody is as happy for you to receive this Ace of Swords, you know? So it can be easy to go, yeah, but this was supposed to be a great opportunity, right? But I feel like at this point, it's like, okay, you know, this isn't about the great opportunity. This is like, okay, now it's time to look past that and kind of look at the obstacles that are around you and that are now being created by this wonderful opportunity. Okay, so time to leave that behind and, you know, kind of push past it, and really taking a hard look at the obstacles, you know. All right, so let's see what Spirit wants you to replace the Ace of Swords with Justice. Yeah. All right, so cool. So I'm just going to say trying to, you know, because we know justice is about being balanced, but it's also about doing what's fair. Okay, I feel like this is common sense here. So if you feel like you're being wronged, say something, you know, and make sure that you're not falling into this trap as well. Because it can be easy, you know, if somebody is being petty or talking about you or trying to sabotage you in any way, it's easy to fall into that pattern as well. It's like, well, if you do me, I'll, you know, do this to me, I'm going to do this to you. But for you, that's not going to work out. Okay, I feel like it's important for you to rise above and be the bigger person. And, you know what I mean? So just doing the right thing no matter what. You know, holding yourself to a higher moral standard. That's what I'm feeling here, Capricorn, okay? All right. So let's see what your big, this is your big challenge, okay, for September is the Ace of Wands, another ace, which again, I feel like is both a blessing and a curse, but because it's in the challenge position, the Ace of Wands, this is telling me that you're going to have a hard time finding your purpose in all of this, okay? Because the Ace of Wands, you know, aces are all about new beginnings, and the Wands in particular is about your fire, ambition, your passion, you know, why did you do this? Why are you following this path? Because this was, you know, it was exciting and it felt like it gave you a renewed sense of purpose, okay? And I feel like you're going to be questioning, you know, it's going to be like, oh, what did I get myself into, okay? Is this really my path? Do I really love this? You know, and I feel like this situation is really going to be draining you and making you question your decisions thus far, okay? So let's see how you can get yourself out of this, how you can clear this up. Let's get a message for Capricorn, please. Advice for Capricorn, please, on how to clear up the Ace of Wands. I'll take the first one out. Well, actually, we'll take them both. I feel like we need them both. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Swords came out first, and then the Four of Wands came out. Okay, so you know what I feel like with you, Capricorn? Number one, this is telling me that you just need to continue leaning into your strengths. Okay, again, with the Seven of Swords, you know, I feel like, again, you know, just kind of rising above and being the bigger person, you know, and kind of just not bearing it, but gosh, I feel like there's a message here about trying to look at, you know, using a little bit of compassion. I'm not sure where this is coming from. This is just the message that's coming through, but looking at things from a different point of view, from whoever you're dealing with, from their point of view. So having a little bit of compassion there, not saying it's okay by any means whatsoever, but just trying to understand, you know what I mean? So that may give you a little bit more peace with that. But, you know, I'm seeing with the Four of Wands here, this is about, again, you know, maybe even leaning into your family and leaning into those, you know, maybe venting and that sort of a thing. So it's really important not to bottle things up in September here when you're dealing with this, okay? So trying to find some sort of outlet, of course, leaning into the stability of your family and focusing on the blessings rather than what's going wrong right now. Because I feel like this won't last, but this was kind of like an inevitable hiccup. Okay, because of the success that you've gained right now. Like I said, not everybody has your best interest at heart, Capricorn, right? So I feel like, yeah, there's definitely some sabotage and you questioning what's going on, but I feel like you're going to get through it. Just, okay, I'm also getting something is just kind of like child-proofing your area as like a metaphor, okay? So making sure that you don't, you know, like things aren't swept under the rug, so to speak. So being really proactive and making sure that the, you know, while you're dealing with this Ten of Swords situation, that everything else isn't falling apart on the peripheral parts of your life. Okay, so it's really important to do that too. So, right, not focusing so much on the problem, but just kind of focusing on everything else, focusing on the good things, you know, being proactive and not letting other things slide that could become a problem later. Okay, Capricorn? All right. So let's see how you're going to be rounding out the end of the month of September. Should you take the advice and continue on this path? Let's see. Let's see what we have for Capricorn, please. Yeah, this feels like some heavy stuff is going on this for sure. Ooh. That one flew. King of Swords. Wow. So that's really cool. I like it. So King of Swords coming at the very end. Now for some of you it could mean somebody coming into your energy, because it is a court card. Court cards usually do indicate that there's somebody else, somebody else's influence or another person coming into your energy to offer you some really, really great advice. So that could be a really a big possibility while you're dealing with this, you know, kind of touching base with somebody else and go, okay, what, like if this is a work situation, I feel like, you know, maybe getting with a union person or a supervisor, right? And going, okay, what can I do? What can I not do? Okay, what, you know what I mean? So that I'm not violating anything, but I still need to be able to protect myself. Okay. But for some other people, for some of you, I feel like this is you going, okay, I'm going to take the stance of power. I'm taking control of this situation and going, okay, enough is enough, right? Because you've got the Justice card here and the King of Swords, which does indicate legal stuff as well. So really making sure that your T's are crossed, your I's are dotted, because this could lead you into a different, like a legal direction. Okay, but then some others of you, this is you becoming the King of Swords, you stepping into your power and going, you know what, I know what I'm talking about, so it's time to listen to me. I'm taking the lead in this situation. Okay, I'm not going to be bullied, I'm not going to be pushed around, and I will not tolerate this negative energy here. Okay, I'm not going to tolerate lies. I'm not going to tolerate you know, you trying to sabotage me. Okay, so I see it really kind of coming, we'll say not totally full circle, but I feel like you are definitely changing gears here by the end of September. Okay, it's like enough is enough. All right, and then being really, really careful, of course. I see you not taking it too emotionally and too personally, but I think that you're kind of shedding your emotional attachment to whatever it is, and you're going, okay, let's just do this, let's just get through this, okay? And you being the leader in that position. Whew, so wow, Capricorn. Yeah, let me see. I think that's it. I think, yep, I will leave it at there. Those are your messages for September. So I wish you the very best of luck, and we will see you next time. Bye. Okay, hello Aquarius. Welcome to Dawn Moon Tarot, and this is your September 2022 General Tarot card reading. So do keep in mind, of course, that you guys know that not every message will resonate with everybody. So just take what makes sense for you, throw away the rest, no big deal. But if you do want a fuller, bigger picture of what's going on with you in September, make sure you do check out the videos relating to the other aspects in your chart, okay? All right. So while I'm shuffling, I do appreciate you guys hitting that like and subscribe button. You guys know I appreciate each and every one of your views and your likes and subscribes. It really helps me out a lot. So I appreciate you doing that for me. All right, seems like the cards are ready to talk, so let's get started. All right, so first card out is going to be your overall theme for September. So yeah, let's see what that is all about. Two of Swords. Okay, so Two of Swords for you is going to be about, you know, should I or shouldn't I, right? Because I feel like you guys are going to be feeling like, at least feeling like you're backed into a corner, right? This feels like, gosh, you know, neither option is really great. I don't know what to do. So there is, you know, probably wanting to, like, you're going to be really tempted to kind of wait for another option to come across your energy, which unfortunately isn't the reality at this time. Okay. So it's going to have to kind of be like, you know, kind of close your eyes and roll the dice, right? So that's what this is all going to be about. You know, it's like, get your, you know, weigh out the options, weigh out the pros and cons, of course, and, you know, try to figure out the game plan for both scenarios. But really, it's going to be about just, you know, Aquarius, you're just going to have to pick one, unfortunately. Now, the other thing I will say is that I'm feeling that there are others that are going to be attached to your decision. So maybe, you know, talk with those people, see what they think, but really it's going to be about them waiting on you. You know, this is ultimately going to come down to you choosing which path, and, you know, those decisions you make will affect other people around you. Okay, so again, this isn't going to be about waiting, you know what I mean? This is going to be about, like, probably by the end of September, you're going to have to be like, okay, this is what we're doing. Okay, I know it's not great, guys, but you know what I mean? This is what we got to do. All right, so let's see what energy you have to leave behind in August. What is not going to be helping you? Okay, so 2 came out, and I only want 1, but we'll see. Queen of Cups and the Sun came out. Uh-oh. We'll see. Is your time in the sun over, Aquarius? I'm feeling complacency. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Yep. There it is. Time for complacency is over. Okay. And then the thing is, too, it's like in August, it feels like, you know, things aren't turning out the way I wanted them to. Not the way I planned or expected and all of that. And it's very frustrating. Okay. And it can also bring in, you know, kind of that energy of, again, like I said, complacency. Like, oh, everything's fine, everything will turn out. But at this point, this is going to be about you taking action, because things are not turning out anymore. Okay, it's like it's decision time, Aquarius. All right, so yep, it's time to choose. And you can see that this cup here behind her, you know, this is a divine gift, and you're not seeing the divine gift that's been handed to you. So, you know, coming into September, this is going to be about accepting that cup, even though it's not the 3 that you wanted. It's not the 3 options that you wanted, right? And these are the 3 options that you've been focusing on, and they're just not working out. So why not, you know, kind of think outside of the box and get out of your comfort zone a little bit, okay? So let's scoot these over. Okay, so let's see what energy Spirit wants you to replace this 4 of Cups with. Oops, that was quick. Oh, okay. So, wow. So this is, everything's fine. This would be the 10 of Swords. I feel like you have to be your own knight in shining armor this month, Aquarius. That's what I'm really feeling here. You know what I mean? So this is like, first of all, acknowledging that not everybody had your best interests at heart. Okay, there's been some sabotage. There's been some lies. You know what I mean? People weren't doing their part. You know, it feels like somebody has abandoned you. Most definitely some betrayal here, but, you know, and it's easy to, you know, when I see the 4 of Cups and this 10 of Swords together, this feels like you probably did indulge in some escapism, you know, just from the pure stress of things, which is completely understandable, okay? But at this point, it's like, you know, this is the end of the pain. You know, which I guess is the silver lining in the situation. It's like, okay, there's no more backstabbing, there's no more disappointment, there's no more fighting to endure. So this is the time for you to actively allow yourself to heal and move forward, because you need to see things more clearly at this point. You need to be able to get up and make choices. You need to be able to get up and affect some change in your life. Okay? So good news is it's done. Bad news is you have to be your own hero. Okay. All right. So let's see what your major obstacle for September is going to be, Aquarius. Let's see what we're looking at here. What's going to be that speed bump for you? The World. Yeah. I feel like this, you're going to really have a hard time letting go of something. Okay. I feel like this is, you really are seeing that something is coming to an end, coming to a close. You know what I mean? So this is like, gosh, I really don't want to say goodbye, but it's really time to. Okay, and it's also creating some physical distance. So, you know, leaving a physical space, you know, creating, Yeah, I want to say creating some physical distance between this 10 of Swords situation and yourself. Okay. And that's how, you know, this is what's going to be required of you, is to walk away. That's what I'm feeling. There's like a walking away here. Okay. All right. But I feel like it's for your greater good, which is not probably the news that you're feeling, probably not the news you want to hear, because this walking away is very, very painful, right? But with the world here, this is going to be like, okay, you learned everything you were going to learn in this situation. It wasn't meant to continue, so it's okay to walk away. Okay, I feel like the universe is telling you, you know, you have permission to leave this behind. Okay. So let's see how you can really embrace the world here, though. How you can really close out the cycle. Justice. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. So I feel like just what's fair is fair. Okay. So I feel like, you know, you're dividing things up, you know, making sure legally everything is, you know, nice and tight. All your T's are crossed, all your I's are, you know, dotted, all that stuff. Okay. And I feel like this is also something to tell yourself, right? Like, I'm clear karmically. I don't have any, there's no guilt, you know what I mean, tied to this. There's no reason to have that. All right. It's like, it's just done. Okay. And it's just, and it's what's, I feel like it's what you've been waiting for, because maybe you've been feeling kind of like things aren't fair for you right now, and they haven't been fair. You know, like, it's like no matter what you do, you know, especially with this Four of Cups, it's just not working out. And, you know, and I feel like you're saying it's just not fair. Okay. Well, this part, this world, this is what's fair. Okay. And this is, you know, this is what the fairness that you've been waiting for. Again, like I was saying earlier, it's not necessarily what you had expected, right, with the Four of Cups. But that cup in the background, that divine gift, this is what's good for you. Okay, I'm feeling the theme of rejection is protection here, because it wasn't going to work out anyway, whatever the thing is. Okay, it was a good lesson, and now it's done. Okay, alrighty. So let's see how you're going to be rounding out September. So at the end of it, how are you coming out of the situation, which is the Three of Wands? Okay, I feel like once you were, you know, once you let go of the expectations and, you know, the way you had it pictured in your mind, the way it should have been, then that's when the success happens, right? Because the Three of Wands is about, yeah, it's waiting for your ships to come in. And, you know, like I mentioned in this Four of Cups, or excuse me, in the Two of Swords, that there's somebody else involved in this. So this is where that comes back around, is like the other people who are involved in this situation. I feel like it's a new day. Okay, this is when, you know, the success does come in and you reap the rewards from that, and it actually will turn out better than you thought. You know, I feel like that's going to feel kind of unexpected. It's like, yeah, I can see where this is going because I put my effort into it and I've been watching things develop and unfold. But as it comes closer and it's time to, you know, take action and reap the rewards and so on and so forth, I feel like it's going to be turning out way better for you than you expected, Aquarius. I feel like this is going to feel like, aha, this is what I wanted. Yeah, it's not exactly what I thought, but, you know, this is the feeling that I've been waiting for. This is the success. Okay, in whatever form it comes in, right? Wow. Heavy messages this month, Aquarius, that's for sure. But, you know what I mean? I think, you know, with the other readings that I've been doing, I'll tell you guys that this seems to be an overall theme. You know, there's a struggle, and then, you know what I mean, and there's some stuff that you have to deal with, and then, you know, kind of coming out of it and starting a new chapter going into October. Okay, so this is going to be the struggle month, I think, for everybody. So please don't feel like you're alone in this, Aquarius, because you are most certainly not. Okay, but you're going to be fine, and, you know, I say just look forward to what's coming in October. That's going to be, you know, I feel like it's going to be a more positive, lucrative month for you. Okay. All right, Aquarius, those are your messages for September. I wish you the very best of luck, and we will see you next time. Bye. Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Dawn Moon Tarot. This is your September 2022 general tarot card reading. Now, to keep in mind, of course, you guys know that not every message will resonate with everybody, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest, right? If nothing resonates with you, then clearly this isn't your reading this time. So if you wanted to get a bigger picture, find out which, you know, what you should be what horoscope you should be looking into, look at the other major placements in your chart. So your sun, your moon, your ascendant, your Venus, right? And Jupiter, north node, south node, all those sorts of things. So all of those are important. So I encourage you to check those out. All right. So while I'm shuffling, I do appreciate you guys hitting that like and subscribe button. That helps me out quite a bit. Let's see what we have here. Ace of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. I'm not quite ready yet, so I'm putting those back. All right, seems like the cards are ready, so let's jump right into it. All right, so first card out is going to be your overall theme for the month of September. So let's see. Let's see what we have here. All right, Aquarius, we've got, or excuse me, I said Aquarius. Guys, I'm so sorry. This is for Pisces. So Pisces, my dear Pisces, you've got the Chariot. So September seems like a very successful month for you, okay? So when the Chariot card comes out, there's a couple different things happening, right? Because it feels like when you're not in alignment with your higher self, you feel like you're being pulled into a couple different directions, and it can be really scary and really frustrating, okay? But I will say that it feels like that you have you've got it together this month, okay? You've got September together, so your head and your heart are finally speaking the same language, and because of that, you're able to move forward very quickly, very quick change, lots of, really positive success, things that you've been working for. I see you really keeping your eye on the prize here too. You know what I mean? Regardless of what people around you were saying, which is what happens, right? With the Chariot card. It's like because you're doing something that's maybe a little risky, that maybe is a little outside of the box, outside of, the status quo, which of course is what you do as a Pisces. You just kind of follow your own path and go with the flow, right? So you're going with the flow, you're doing your thing, and people are kind of chirping in and going, Pisces, I don't really think you should be doing that. Maybe you should slow down, take your time, be careful, look around you. I would say no. You're not doing that. You already know that doesn't work for you. When you feel that the moment is right, you're doing it, and I feel like you are making headway, and you're going to be very, very successful because of that. So good for you. Very good for you, Pisces. Okay, so let's see what energy you need to leave behind in August, Pisces. What can you just not bring with you for your highest good this time? Okay, which is the Eight of Wands. Okay, so the Eight of Wands is its own energy, is really about initiating very fast change. Okay, so this is you probably starting off with a lot of texting, or a lot of, if you're looking to make a change in your job, you're putting in resumes, you're going to interviews and that sort of a thing. So you've done the work, and that triggers change for you. Okay, and it can be kind of scary, right? Just like the Chariot. These two cards are very, very similar in energy, right? But it can be, you do with this energy, you can go through that, have that moment of doubt, like, oh, what did I do? What did I get myself into? But it's really important to go with the flow. Okay, so when I'm seeing this Eight of Wands in this position, to leave this behind, this is telling me, this is like a confirmation for me, for you to don't be afraid. Okay, it's really important for you to continue to go with the flow and don't look back. Okay, so it's like, don't you dare. Don't look back, because you are succeeding and you're going to be great. Okay, so let's see what you can replace this Eight of Wands with. I'm also hearing, it's okay to not tell everybody, right? Because it can be really exciting when you have new things coming and new things are developing. But I'm hearing like maybe don't post it. You know what I mean? Don't share on social media. Don't send texts to everybody. Okay. Probably because not everybody has your best interest in mind. Yeah. Yep. Because the Seven of Wands is coming out. And the Seven of Wands, for me, this, it's taking a step back, but this is a little bit of hater's energy, right? Because this person here, this feels like, you're feeling pretty defensive. Okay, and you see all these people here with their wands pointing their wand at this person here. But I feel like it's important to ask yourself, Pisces, are you really being attacked? Or is this, kind of innocuous, right? Innocuous interjections, right? Because I feel like these people, all three of these cards are telling me the same thing, that whatever you're hearing from other people, that's just they're projecting their own fears onto you. Okay, so people that are afraid to step outside of the box, people who are afraid to break the status quo, people who are afraid to initiate change and are uncomfortable with fast change. But not you. You're comfortable with that, and you've been waiting for it, and you've been working on it. Okay, so please do not let that distract you. Okay, and for sure, it's not good for you to focus your energy on these people, because that's when you could fall off your bike, right? That's when you fall off the mountain. When you're focusing on these things that are just, you know that it's just not for your highest good, because these people aren't here to help you, okay? So I'm going to say this, in embracing the Seven of Wands energy, I'm encouraging you to continue to think outside of the box and lean into your own strengths, okay? Because you know yourself. I feel like you guys who are watching here are very self-aware, and you know what your strengths are, and so I would encourage you to lean into those. You know what I mean? So if somebody wants to help you, that's great. But if they're not there to help you, have a nice day. No thank you. And move on, right? Okay. So let's see what your major obstacle for September is going to be, which is going to be about teamwork. Okay. So I feel like you're not going to want to include other people on this journey. Okay. Because of all the fast changes, you know, and Pisces are pretty independent and, you know, don't really want to have a lot of people around, you know. I know Pisces are very, very private people, you know, like to spend a lot of time by themselves, which is beautiful, which is wonderful. We all need that. Pisces are really, really good at going, you know, I'm just going to stay home, or I'm just going to decompress, right? And I feel like that's your challenge here because, you know, of course, dealing with this stuff here, your crossover from August to September, you know, having people that are around you not giving you really great advice, which can be really frustrating, but it can be hard to differentiate who's actually on your side and who isn't. So I feel like that's your challenge here, is trying to decipher who is for me and who's against me. So I encourage you to really take some assessment and ask yourself, okay, just because somebody is giving you a suggestion, is that them projecting, or are they trying to give you good advice? Okay, so I want to say this, it's okay to ask yourself those questions. And if, you know, if somebody is willing to give you good advice or to support you, let them into your energy, right? Let them support you and be there along the way, because they may have, as you progress through the month, they may have some information, or they may have some expertise that you just might need, right? And you don't want to burn any bridges at this point, okay? So I'm feeling like you are gonna need some people with you along the way. Just be careful, and that's all. No big deal, right? All right, so let's get some advice really on how to embrace the Three of Pentacles in September for you, Pisces. All right, Pisces, please. And I apologize again for calling you guys Aquarius. I don't know what that was about. Maybe you guys, somebody is dealing with an Aquarius, or maybe you should be watching that video too. Perhaps. Okay, yeah, another 3, wow. Dealing with a 3 with a 3. But this one, the 3 of Swords here, is about, it's about heartbreak. Could be some fighting, you know, with this 7 of Wands, and somebody says something really, really harsh, which just, you know, it is very hurtful. Okay, so I'm going to say this. The advice on how to let people in is to use that pain as wisdom. Okay, I'm feeling like breaking the cycle energy here about not being a glutton for punishment. So if you're dealing with the same person who's constantly cutting you down or constantly trying to get you to doubt yourself, that's the person you walk away from. Not everybody, but make sure that you don't let those people back into your energy, into your inner circle. So important for you, Pisces, to break that cycle. Okay, so any sort of, you know, verbal abuse or anything like that, it's very important to just cleanse yourself of that energy and move on. All right, yeah, I'm really seeing like 3 of Swords. It's like, don't dwell on it. It's important to acknowledge the feeling. Yes, we know that, of course, but it's so important not to dwell on it. Okay, so only bring the people with you who you know that you are comfortable with and who are supportive of you. Okay, because those people will actually help you build. Those people will actually help you succeed, because I'm seeing that you can't do this alone. But of course, like I've been saying, it's important to be careful who you let in. Okay. All right, so let's see how you're going to be rounding out the end of the month, Pisces. Aha. Decisions. What are you going to do? So Two of Swords, right? This is about being at a crossroads, and this is like, okay, what's next? All right. So I see you being successful, but then at some point the road ends, right? And I see you're going to be coming to another fork in the road. So there's your first fork in the road, and this is trying to decide, okay, now what's next, right? And this can really feel, and I'll tell you what this feels like at the end of the month, is going to feel like, you know what, I don't want to do either one of these things. I really don't want to. Neither choice is what I've been working towards. But because this is the Two of Swords, this is like, look, you know, number one, you can't pretend like the choices aren't there, because there's not going to be another choice, Pisces. This is it. This is all you have. So this is like, you can go right or go left, and then kind of see from there. Okay, so I'm going to say this is that don't overthink it. Okay, the Two of Swords, with the Two of Swords, it is important to kind of get your game plan together and kind of, you know, try to mentally figure out, you know, if I go right, this is what I see happening, or if I go left, this is what I see happening. But you might not be totally right. Okay, you might be surprised that if you go right and you just say, okay, I'm just going to roll the dice and go for it, it could come out really great for you. Okay, and then what ends up happening inevitably with the Two of Swords is that once you choose, then there are more choices. Then, you know, the path unfolds, and then you can see things more clearly. So I'm going to say, don't get too caught up in, you know, feeling like you're, again, backed into a corner, or, you know, forced to make a choice between, you know, a rock and a hard place. So I'm going to say, just go for it. Just take a deep breath. You know, you're going to be fine as long as you stay focused on your goal. I feel like that's your theme too, is staying focused on your goal, and don't be distracted by the hiccups and the chatter and the opinions of others. Okay, this September is going to be all about you finding your own way and cutting out the people in your life who you know are not there for, you know what I mean, your highest good. Don't have your interests, your best interests at heart. Okay, Pisces, those are your messages for September. I wish you the very best of luck, really, you guys. I know this is going to be hard, so keep your heads up, and we will see you next time. Bye.